she 15. And God's forgive me, but I went at her like a stag in rut. Stag. Hog. "Hey? Hey?" Hermias said the next morning, and laughed. Night after night after night. I tried to make it up to her with kindness. I treated her with great courtliness, gave her money, addressed her softly, spoke to her of my work. She wasn't stupid. Thoughts flickered in her eyes like fish in deep pools. 3 years we spent in Atarneus, until the Persians breathed too close, too hot. 2 years in the pretty town of Mytilene, on the island of Lesvos, where they cobbled the floor of the port so enemy ships couldn't anchor. Now this journey. Through it all, she has an untouchable dignity, even when she lies with her knees apart, while I gently probe for my work on generation. Fish, too, I'm studying, field animals, and birds when I can get them. There's a seed, like a pomegranate seed, in the center of the folds, and the whole frilled like an oyster. Sometimes moisture, sometimes dryness. I've noted it all. "Uncle!" I follow my nephew's finger and see the city on the marshy plain below us. Bigger than I remember. More sprawling. The rain is thinning, spitting and spatting now, under a suddenly lucid gold-gray sky. "Pella," I announce, to rouse my dripping, dead-eyed wife. "The capital of Macedon. Temple there. Market there. Palace. You can just make it out. Bigger than you thought." She says nothing. "You'll have to get used to the dialect. It's fast, but not so different really. A little rougher." "I'll manage," she says, not loudly. I sidle my horse up to hers, lean over to take her reins, to keep her near me while I talk. It's good for her to have to listen, to think. Callisthenes walks beside us. The first king was from Argos, a Greek, though the people aren't. Enormous wealth here. Timber, wheat, corn, horses, cattle, sheep, goats, copper, iron, silver, gold. Virtually all they have to import is olives. Too cold for olives this far north, mostly. Too mountainous. And did you know that most of the Athenian navy is built from Macedonian timber? "Did we bring olives?" Pythias asks. "I assume you know your wars, my love." She picks at the reins, plucks at them like lyre strings, but I don't let go. "I know them," she says finally. Utterly ignorant, of course. If I had to weave all day, I'd at least weave myself a battle scene or two. I remind her of the Athenian conquest of Persia under the great general Pericles, Athens at her seafaring mightiest, in my great-grandfather's time. Then the decades of conflict in the Peloponnese. Athens bled and finally brought low by Sparta, with some extra Persian muscle, in my father's youth. And Sparta itself, defeated by Thebes, then the ascendant power, in my own childhood. I will set you a task. You'll embroider Thermopylae for me. We'll hang it over the bed. Still not looking at me. "Thermopylae," I say. "God's woman. The pass. The pass where the Spartans held off the Persians for 3 days, a force 10 times their own. Greatest stand in the history of warfare." "Lots of pink and red," Callisthenes suggests. She looks straight at me for a moment. I read, "Don't patronize me." And continue. Now, I tell her, young Macedon is in the ascendant, under 5-wived Philip. A marriage to cement every settlement and seal every victory. Phila from Elymaea in the north. Audata the Illyrian princess. Olympias of Epirus, first among wives, the only one called queen. Philena from Thessaly, and Nicosipolis of Phyre, a beauty who died in childbirth. Philip invaded Thrace, too, after Thessaly, but hasn't yet